We are recording, so we can go whenever.
Go.
Welcome to Movie the Podcast. That's right, Movie the Podcast. It is the 4th of July, and that means it is the first week of Louis Gossett July, a man who set 1,000 ships a sail in the form of 5 Iron Eagle movies, and we got to watch one of them.
5?
That was
I think
enough.
there's 5, aren't there?
How did
I
they
counted. I counted
five?
4 on IMDb.
Oh, maybe it's only 4.
Unless they had like some weird title for one of them, like that wasn't Iron Eagle. It was like Chappie.
I love
Chippy?
the supporting character is the through line for all the rest of the movies.
Well, the lead guy, you weren't like, he wasn't exactly setting the world on fire with his acting.
Well, he set whatever country that was on fire.
Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
That guy was a one-man wrecking crew
He was
for that
amazing.
country.
For a movie that's like intensely boring, I feel like I have a lot to say about it.
I mean,
I have a lot to say about the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to say about the first 4 hours.
this movie is awesome. All right, so
I think
What
this
did
is
we-
going to be one of those things where Goggs has just made up his mind and then just like,
I said Krull sucked. I admitted it.
this is
No,
like
Goggs,
Hugh the Winged serpent
He
situation.
said on the text that he's prepared for some backlash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have takes that I think this week will go.
I'm highly offended. This is the first time in show history that anyone's recommended a movie that was 5.5 hours long. I mean, this is like, this felt longer than Justice League. Like,
Yeah, this is like the fucking Kubrick unfinished Napoleon movie.
yeah. It
All I'm
was
saying
incredibly long.
is it rules.
All right. What did you all watch this week? Alec.
I think I only watched one thing. Hang on,
One
let me
thing.
confirm. Let me confirm with my notes.
Minutes.
Um,
Yeah, minutes.
yeah, I watched one thing. I watched the new Father of the Bride remake.
Huh.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's an HBO Max thing.
Oh.
It has
I think
80
I heard good things about it.
It's fine. It's a perfectly
What?
acceptable remake of a movie that I remember enjoying but haven't watched in 25 years.
I remember. I hold the original.
Who's
it's
in it?
Like pretty good.
Andy Garcia and Gloria Estefan are the two main.
So they made it one of those movies.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a Sean movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Why didn't they make it Father of the Quinceañera or whatever?
Because that's just a
Father
birthday.
of the
It's not-
birthday party.
It's not a wedding. Oh my god!
Thanks, Brandon.
Padre de El Marriage.
Yeah. This is HBO with their radical Hispanic agenda because they're forcing Hispanic people into the mainstream.
Yeah, they have a HBO Latino channel. Where's HBO White?
Oh,
I think our childhood was HBO White because I remember all it being was Iron Eagle and fucking Side Out and
the
North Shore.
The Caveman Trucker Brothers.
Oh shit!
HBO White.
Chicken bone, chicken bone.
I love that you
Alec
know about
remembers it,
that.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
nobody else on Earth remembers those guys.
Yeah, I just like the concept of HBO White. I think that's basically what the Daily Wire channel is going to be. That streaming platform they're launching.
Yeah. God bless you, fucking Gina Carano.
Oh Jesus! It's
Yeah.
perfect. It's perfectly acceptable. It's a fairly beat for beat remake of the original, just with Latin characters put into it and updated jokes. But it was fine. I enjoyed it enough.
How much Spanglish was in it? / how did they deal with the Martin Short, like overly hysterically gay character?
So instead of an overly hysterically gay character, it was played by like she's on SNL. She was like an over the top Instagram influencer / wedding planner.
Huh.
Because yeah.
was that like super cringy? I feel like that'd be like.
I mean, at points, because those influencers are cringy as shit.
Yeah.
But it was perfectly fine. It was like an hour and a half. It didn't overstay its welcome. There's really nobody super famous aside from Andy Garcia and Gloria Estefan. The daughter
got Pitbull.
Okay.
Garcia and Pitbull.
Just because.
Mr. Worldwide.
305, Mr. Worldwide.
The daughter who is getting married I loved her in Good Omens. She was in that show, but she also was the overly heavily accented Hispanic woman from Morbius.
Oh
yeah,
no!
And this, she just speaks with her normal accent because she doesn't have an accent. She's just American,
right?
That
Hispanic accent in Morbius is absurd.
She was in the Belko Experiment too, wasn't she? Isn't that the same actress?
Yes, I can't remember her name. It's like
she's pretty good. She's generally pretty good.
She is a good actress. She was I think did you watch Good Omens, TJ, or did you start it?
Yeah, I did.
She was like the witch in that.
Oh, right.
She doesn't look anything like it in like any other movie aside
That's
from
a show
that movie.
I really enjoyed and completely forgot about. Like
they're making a second season. I don't know if there's like more book, but they're making a second season of it.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been a long time. Like I read that book a billion years ago.
But yeah, that's all I watched. Sean.
I spent all week watching Iron Eagle, so that was my time. No, I didn't. I didn't. TJ.
Well, it makes sense. When you break it into chunks, you need a warm up to it, a cool down to it. Like if you break Iron Eagle into 5 like 20-minute parts, that still takes like 4 hours worth of time.
Sean watched like the Quibi cut of Iron Eagle. He watched it like
it's for on-the-go millennials like me.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Quibi.
I watched 2 things. Well, no, I'm sorry.
Things?
I only watched one movie type thing, and I've already talked about it on the show. I rewatched the movie Possum, which I think is a fucking masterpiece.
The Silent Hill movie?
Yeah, it's a damn shame that like 5 people have seen that movie because it's like so good and so like weird, and I don't know. It's the kind of horror that like I wish more movies would lean into because it's like I don't know that plot device of it's always like the enemy is within and like you like the horrors or stuff that your mind has like constructed. I there's something that always. That's like a trope that I really enjoy, and also
you can identify with it, right? You can't. It's hard to identify with a magical telephone.
Yeah, and like I don't know, the movie's just so good, and it's also kind of ambiguous, and like it's a movie that leaves a lot of like corners kind of unturned, and it leaves you to think about a lot of stuff when the movie's over, and I think it's fantastic. It's one of these movies where. It was the director. The director, he wrote the book that the movie was based on. I think it's a short story, actually. And he won, like, a grant to make this movie. And it's the only movie he's ever made. And it's fantastic. Like, I don't know. I think that movie's great. I have no idea. I think you can rent it on Amazon, but it's on the Plex, so just email me if you want a copy of it. I fucking loved it. The other thing I watched is I watched all of season 3 of The Boys. That show continues to be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of those things where I think it's got one more season in it, and I hope they end it there because like I feel like that. Like parts of me during certain episodes was like, all right, like we kind of walked down this road before. Like I kind of feel like I hope that it feels like they're building to like an ending, kind of like the ending in the comics. But like I hope that's what they do. I hope they just don't keep like stretching it. But season 3 was good, and I feel like
it's still got like there's still more episodes, aren't there? Or was this week the last one?
I think it's over, right?
Oh. I'm like 90% through the episode that came out Friday, and then I had to jump on the show.
Well, maybe you're right.
I started it too late.
I watched. I think the last episode was 8. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought they said the Herogasm one was like the last episode.
No, that was
like 6 or 7.
Oh, okay.
And that episode was awesome.
Yeah, it's a good show. Anyway, Yeah, but I didn't watch. I don't know. I've been like this weekend, even though it was like a long weekend. This weekend went by like I turned my head and it's now. It's fucking weird. It just went by very fast. But anyway, tomorrow at work, 2 to 4 will take weeks at a time, but a 3-day weekend just over before you know it. It's not fair. Gogs.
I watched 3 1/3 things.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, what can I do? I watched a third of the movie Monster Hunter, and I think that
Oof.
yeah, what's her name? Mila Jovovich is just like locked into doing weird Capcom movies.
Well, it's her husband. She's
yeah,
not
but
locked
like it's
into
a
it.
weird niche to be in.
She's
like,
not locked into it. Who else is hiring her?
I don't know, man. I just know she shows up in a lot of Capcom properties. And this movie is dumb. I will finish it begrudgingly.
Well, it's not even like a regular ass like play on the game, right? Isn't it some time travel alternate dimension bullshit?
Well, the alternate dimension is they go into the game dimension. Like they're like a squad of army rangers that immediately get attacked by a Diablos if you guys play Monster Hunter.
Nope.
Yes.
And so there you have it. The T.I. was in it. He died a horrific death. The movie's gross.
In real life?
No. In real life, T.I. is very, I think, I don't know. I haven't texted him lately, but I assume he's fine.
Rubber band, man.
The other things I rewatched Grandma's Boy. Love that movie. The scenes with Dante just always crack me up. There's something about the way he says, "I'll smoke it with you, bro. We'll go to the loony bin together. I don't give a fuck."
This is
Makes me smile.
way too big to drive to the Devil's House, kid.
Yeah, it's just so like I don't know. That movie is not good, but it is enjoyable, and some of the jokes, the Nick Swardson jokes, just still land. A little problematic. And what's her name? Cardinelli, Lisa Cardinelli, whatever her name is.
Linda,
Hawkeye's wife.
Checks a lot of boxes in that movie. The other 2 movies are new things that I watched. One of which
things.
one of which TJ watched and he did not necessarily care for, but I didn't hate really. Well, I watched last night in Soho, which is not bad, but it kind of like it could have been a lot better. The third act kind of falls apart. It's a beautiful movie. The people in it are great. Like it's just a shame that it's not.
I didn't hate it as much as I was thoroughly disappointed.
Yeah, it's like a 7. Like it's just like,
which for Edgar Wright is like a 2.
It's Edgar Wright's worst movie, right? Like it's all of his other movies are 9s or 10s, and this is a 7.
I don't know. I think like as much as we talk about how like we enjoy like big swings and misses, I think when a movie is like very close to being good and whiffs, it like really hurts. Like it's I want
to watch some of the stuff that inspired him.
Oh yeah, it's the fucking not putting Zach Britton in against the Blue Jays, like fucking feeling like, oh, we were right there.
Man. Yeah, I remember those days.
Like,
let's go with Ubaldo.
Oh God, we were at that. We were watching that. Oh my God.
But that's like.
Gogs, if you want to watch a lot of Euro horror, I am the guy to talk to.
Well, do you know what like inspired it? Because I'm just wondering if he played it too close to being homage and he tried to get too much in there.
A little bit. I mean, you just got to watch Dario Argento movies. That's like pretty much.
I don't want to watch eyes get cut.
Watch the Suspiria remake. See what you think of that.
That's Lucio Fulci. That's Lucio Fulci. Dario Argento.
But I mean, I liked it. What's her name? Anna Taylor-Joy's great in it. Thomasin McKenna's great in it. Like. The people in it are really good. It's just like the third act, and the first half is really captivating. It's the second act, the second half and the third act just kind of loses the thread.
I felt like once you got the big reveal at the end, it's like, ugh, like
the payoff wasn't.
Like,
it
was just so like meh. Like it could have been so much better. I don't know. But like I think that I don't hate the movie as much as it just made me sad because I was like, he usually pulls this kind of stuff off. He's a very clever writer, and I felt like.
And he did have all of his like music integration, which I liked a lot. But
Morbid Time is in the movie. Matthew Smith is in the movie.
And then the last thing I watched, it's another probably 7-ish maybe movie for me, but I was worried about hating it and actually enjoyed it. Was Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Like I liked it.
I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be. I found myself really like kind of.
I know Alec likes it, but he's a movie dipshit.
No, I haven't seen it. I don't
I mean,
know.
it's like I know you got. Well, so I think Sean and TJ really hate like remember this kind of
I just
movies.
hate movies and shit.
So-
I just don't like any Ghostbusters movie besides the
Like the
first
fir-
one.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, this one's much closer to the first one than it is to anything else. Maybe too close, right? Because it follows a lot of the same beats. But I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. I think we all probably are huge Ghostbusters fans. But it's like really, there's the scene. I'm not gonna lie, the scene where is it Wolfhard, the kid from Stranger Things?
His name is Wolfhard.
Something Wolfhard.
I think his name is Wolfhard. Yes,
It's
awesome.
Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
When that kid like gets the Ecto, like he finds the Ecto one in a tarp in a barn, and he gets it going. He's like whipping it around, and he hits the sirens. I'm like, okay, I'm here for this. Like,
Yeah,
it's.
that already like turned me off. I'm like,
I mean,
yeah.
the fact it was there. I think.
it is.
Yeah,
I don't think you two would like it, but I enjoy
probably
it.
not.
They hate fun stuff.
But
do.
it had a similar thing. Like the third act got really rushed for me. Like it just, it like all of a sudden all these things were sort of happening kind of all at once.
Did you cry like Kevin Smith did when Egon's ghost showed back up?
I did not do that. No. But,
I only like movies that make me miserable on purpose, not miserable on accident.
Yeah. No, but it was.
I love that. Put that on a shirt. Movie the podcast.
I thought that Finn Wolfhard kid was good. I thought the kid who played, or the young lady who plays Egon's granddaughter, I thought she was really good in it. Paul Rudd's a gem.
Is Finn Wolfhard the kid that was going to have that show on Netflix where it was like, you got a job, it's like, just kidding, die poor, you bitch? Was that the same kid?
That's one of the other Stranger Things kids.
Oh, okay.
That was the chubby one, right?
Yeah, with the speech impediment.
That's like prank bros.
You got hired, son. No, you didn't.
Psych!
Oh, in this economy.
Prank bros.
But yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife. If you sign up for Stars and accidentally forget to cancel it, it's on Stars. So there you go. So that's everything I want.
I was just talking about that the other day about all of your subscriptions and how you must have had
I just went through my Amazon and I was subscribed to like Movie Sphere. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Movie Sphere?
Some shit like that. Yeah.
I was subscribed to a channel one time. It was like called like Gangsters and Karate or something.
Oh yeah, I was signed up for that one too. Yeah, I was also signed up for Hi-Ya.
Yeah,
you said Hi-Ya was good though.
Hi-Ya was pretty sick.
Good stuff on it.
So
just a really racist name.
Because Alec mentioned it, I feel like I have to bring this up. I mentioned Kevin Smith. He posted on his Instagram. I guess Clerks 3 is like coming very soon.
Oh no. Oh, you can't pass. We have to watch it. You know the rules.
We have to watch
There's no passing.
I'll be sick that day.
If we watch that last day in Silent Bob, there's no way it can be worse than that.
Yes, it can.
Challenge.
Oh, God, that was so fucking bad.
What if it's transcendent?
If you're listening to us on the Spotify feed, go to moholeradio.com. You can all the episodes past this year on there. I haven't gotten around to uploading all the episodes onto the new feed. It takes very long. Anyway, all right, let's get into our feature presentation. NBC correspondent Ian Eagle.
This fucking movie.
Also, I always thought Ian Eagle was a black guy. To be like, when I looked him up,
you're thinking of the guy that was partnering with Solomon Wilcots.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Those two get the shittiest NFL game of the week every week.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they get the fucking like the fucking Jaguars versus like the Titans.
Yep.
That's so funny. All right, Gogs, what happened in Iron Eagle?
What doesn't happen in Iron Eagle? I'm going to tell you. Let me lay it down for you.
I want to put this out on Front Street. 3/4 of us last year watched a movie where a woman fucked a car, became trans, and then had a cyborg baby, and I thought that was like more believable than anything that happened in this movie. Like I just like the world that this movie takes place in, which isn't addressed, is fascinating.
This movie is This movie there's not a better movie for us to watch on the 4th of July because this is a patriotic masterpiece. This is a masterclass. This is a masterclass in how
the measuring stick for logic.
It's suspension of disbelief, right? Like, it's not going to get any more, like, on the surface, like, oh, I can't get with this. Also, all I could think of when I was watching this movie was fucking Meghan McCain just, like, melting down batteries at her house, like, because this is just, like, it's like her fucking power fantasy if she was like feminine looking and good at anything. Like, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna save my dad, I'm gonna fly and save my dad. Like, this movie is disgusting.
Well, this is the reason that George W. Bush went to war after they tried to attack George H.W. Bush.
Like, I try not to watch like old movies with present day gays, like ZE, not YS. But it's like impossible to like fucking get away from the politics of this movie, let alone the fucking like Clarissa explains it all meets Flight of the Intruder kind of narrative, which like I don't know. Anyway, sorry, guys.
Speaking of real quick, speaking of old movies, political messages. TJ, did you catch in The Boys when what the fuck is the Captain America guy? What's it? Soldier Boy?
Soldier Boy, yeah.
He's in like the Rambo-esque movie and he praises the brave Mujahideen fighters.
I popped huge, yeah.
It's so good.
That's the guy from Supernatural, right? Like, is he good in the show?
I've never watched Supernatural, but he's great.
So goddamn good in this show.
He's really good.
He's got a great voice.
I like there's a lot of like cutaway, well, maybe not a lot, but there's a few cutaways in the past, and there's one where he's on like American Bandstand or something, and he's like singing a song. It's just, I don't know, it's funny. Like that guy is great. I've never watched a minute of Supernatural, but like he's really good.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Gogs.
No, Alec, please. I think you've got about 5 years worth of interruptions to get through to catch up with us. So go ahead, just stop the fucking show.
The Middle East politics just made me think of that. Was it Rambo 2 or 3?
3.
We watched it on the show. It was boring as fuck.
Yeah,
the cheap ball.
Yeah, the cheap ball. I forgot about that.
Anyway, let's talk about a movie that slaps. Let's talk about Iron Eagle.
Let's talk about a movie where a bunch of 12-year-olds foment insurrection on the U.S. Air Force.
This is the Goonies with a like Northrop Grumman budget. Like this is...
Let's talk about how everybody at this Air Force base is either going to Leavenworth or getting executed like immediately.
This movie.
Like, Dick Masters is responsible for the Taliban, right? Like 100%.
Well, I don't know. Well, we'll get into it. So you're introduced to his dad, Powers McMasters, or whatever the hell his name is, and that guy's out there getting it done in the Mediterranean with his buddy.
They're having some kind of
right now. Hold up,
aren't they?
No.
They're having some kind of like international dick waving exercise. Like, what is it that they're doing
all the time?
Fair.
Okay, everything. You ever see an aircraft carrier? That's just a big old floating dick. Just to show the rest of the world.
Doesn't Top Gun start the same way? Just they're flying over,
and you know
they meet Russians.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then in this, but see where Top Gun played it all like safe.
Oh,
right.
Pause, real quick.
The good man, my man Masters. Yeah.
Pause, Gogs. I'm sorry. I have to just say this. It's the elephant in the room. Gogs didn't like Top Gun, and it's framed like this is like Gogs is like, well, Top Gun started out this boring, and this movie did it this way.
And that's what that'll be the theme of this thesis for the rest of my speech.
I just can't even, like, it's so wild. It's like somebody. It's like, what's your favorite soda, Coke or Pepsi? And it's somebody's
Dr.
like, I like ranch soda. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, sorry, dogs. Continue.
Ranch soda.
So
it's a thing. Look it up.
I think in all of Top Gun, which is a movie, and it's fine. I think maybe 2 MiGs get shot down in that. In the opening scene, Masters takes down 3.
Yeah, except they use the same explosion reel over and over and over again. So
it's great. Really it's just like a model. It's like a model with an M80 up its ass. It's tremendous.
It looks also the lock-on computer looks like a alarm clock. It's like
it wishes you like a nice day. Like it's hilarious.
Yeah, it says have a nice day.
It's a Motorola two-way pager. Like it's
happy birthday, Chappie.
So Masters is out here just getting it done, just waving it around, but he gets shot down and gets put in kangaroo court in a nation that's a combination of Iran and Venezuela based on the uniforms and minarets.
I could not tell, but assume it's some kind of like Islamistan, like
the minarets are Islam, but the pageantry of the uniforms are very Colombian.
I was reminded of Durkistan in Team America. Like that's what it felt.
Or in the Metal Gear Scholastic novelization, I believe the country is called Carbamia.
Yeah.
The main bad guy was also the main bad guy in Executive Decision.
Oh shit!
Returning champion.
And
hell yeah.
Hercule Poirot and all those terrible Agatha Christie movies.
But he's also a flying ace. And he's, I guess,
oh my god, that's the best part of the fucking. That is the best part of the fucking.
I thought he was the president for the first 3/4 of the movie.
I think he is.
No, he's like some colonel or some shit. Like,
maybe there's a junta.
He's the Minister of Defense or something.
Right.
I think they call him minister at least once.
Getting it done.
We are 10 seconds into the movie.
So anyway, so this guy goes down, he goes down swinging. And then we crash cut to his son back at the base, which is, I'm not even sure what coast it's on, but it has canyons because him and the gay guy from Revenge of the Nerds and some other people are in a flying club together where they race planes.
Styles.
Yeah, Styles from Teen Wolf.
Styles from Teen Wolf. You're right. Oh my God. Where they race plane. They have a plane budget that is tremendous, and they are steady racing them against dirt bikes to the point where kids have gotten clipped doing it.
Yeah, and it's no big deal. Also, it's like a 3 extreme kind of deal where it's like, why would a prop plane be racing a dirt bike? Like, why would that happen?
Yeah, what's going to win the fight? A midget or a 50 midgets or an elephant? Like,
also, what is this like apple dumpling ROTC gang supposed to be like?
The Eagles. That's the Eagles Flying Club.
It's very fucking
weird. They got a clubhouse.
Also,
they do have a clubhouse, which is insane.
The guy that races them on the dirt bike is like a bully, but also like kind of best friends with it. It's very weird. Also, that guy is
not best friends with them.
I mean, they seem kind of like very friendly when they're doing the racing and shit. Like, I don't. It's very.
That's not what I took away from. He tried to kill him.
Yeah, no, I think you're getting people confused. They were being dicks to each other the whole time.
Yeah, he found out he didn't. This kid failed. Doug Masters, this is the name of this will-be flying ace. He failed. He doesn't get into the Air Force Academy, but that's okay because he gets his letter read to him at the burger joint, and then they get into this air bike fight. But Chappie's there. That's where you get to meet Chappie, Louis Gossett Jr., and he's fixing the fuel-air mixture in Doug's plane, and somehow that will overcome a lack of oil. I don't know how, but it does it. So they race through the canyon. They punch a guy out. The whole time he's listening to this, like, he's got this monstrous tape deck that looks kind of like one of those things you use to detect radiation.
I had a question. Is this leg holster, is this like a homemade rig, or is this something that was commercially available? Because I don't remember it.
Commercially available, and it probably just didn't launch very well.
Oh my God.
This movie was its launching point.
Yeah.
It failed.
The fucking like main theme of this song, there's a ton of songs in this movie, but like the main theme of the song is like fucking hilarious because it's like the tears of the warrior.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. And it's like, it's funny because, because they kept using it. So it's like, they thought like, oh, this is going to be our hit. And it was just like so fucking bad.
Like, I would have swore that this was the kid from fucking Nightmare on Elm Street, the mute one, but he's actually somebody else.
Yeah, this kid sucks.
This kid's acting career has not been solid.
He's done pretty well. I just looked up his net worth. He's worth like $1 million. Good for him.
Oh, that's good for him.
He was in Justified. He's been in some other, like a bunch of TV. Like, he still works. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody saw this movie and was like, yeah, let's get that guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
Let's get Doug Masters on the horn. So after he defies death, then Doug finds out that his dad's been captured and imprisoned. And so then he just marches into Central Command and looks a full bird colonel in the eye and says, "Hey, Colonel, what's going on?" And the colonel doesn't have him arrested. He just spills his guts.
He tells him exactly what's going on.
Yeah, he tells him precisely.
The operational security. It's almost like this movie was written by the Chinese to make fun of us. Like how inept everybody is insane.
The colonel's like sitting there with his ties on. He's like, "I gotta tell you, Doug, I don't know what's happening. Everything's all whoopty here. Who knows?"
The title of that song I was thinking was called "Road of the Gypsies." Like, the Road of the Gypsies.
Also, like there was a weird trope for movies at this time of people stealing high tech fighter craft because like it happens in this. It happened in a Firefox, that Clint Eastwood movie, and it happened in Daryl, the movie about the fucking android that the family adopts, where he steals a stealth bomber.
Yeah, isn't that kind of the plot of Flight of the Navigator too?
That's aliens show alien up, tech, right, and give you the keys. So then this kid wants to get it done, but he can't get it done, so he spends a lot of time in a simulator that somehow shows you a third-person view of your jet coming at you from the front.
Fucking simulator.
But then Chappie's like, "You got the juice, kid." And then
the simulator is like fucking Captain Power. You remember that? Like
what was the movie with Matthew Broderick where they kept loading monkeys into that machine and showing them bright lights?
Project X, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought of those like terrible live action like Sega CD games where you had it was just you just had a cursor on the screen and it tracked your score.
Yeah.
Like it was just a video. It just played the same shit.
Yeah.
So then Chappie goes to have a nice jazz Italian dinner at Slappy's or whatever the guy's name was.
I think legitimately his name is Slappy. Like I don't think that's a joke.
That's not it's something to that effect where he explains how they're going to come at whatever stand through the tomatoes and past the lettuce. And then the rest of the movie is sort of just the Goonies, sort of just one-upping the U.S. military to do the following things. They change flight plans. They get 2 fully loaded F-16s ready to go. They do all of the intelligence.
The pornography level acting of the scene where the 2 girls throw a hot cup of coffee on their father's penis.
Yeah, they did to steal some charts of this land, and then the scene where the kids effectively do an assault on the hangar by just throwing racks and racks of like bottle rockets and M80s into a bowl to make everyone hit the deck so they can.
Everybody is just like, yeah, I can sneak you on this time, but never again. Hey, my sister wants to suck a cock, and it's like, really? You can come in and see this fucking satellite. I don't give a shit about anything. I'm in the military.
Yeah, it's a lot of favors get called in, and then these kids. So then Louis Gossett Jr. and Doug Masters get into a jet. They do a little training exercise.
Hang on, pause. You didn't mention this, but it's important to note that Colonel Topper Masters, or whatever the father's name is, has snuck Doug onto this base in a flight suit and a helmet that's covered and let him fly F-16s multiple times.
Yeah, so this is normal.
Yeah.
Also, he's scheduled to be executed in 3 days.
Yeah.
Now, granted, 5 days happen between those 3 days, but that's fine too. Then Chappie and him go on a plane. They try and do some bombing, and Chappie doesn't like the music, but then the music is what gives Doug his powers, so then he can bomb people. So they're like, okay, music can stay.
Bless you.
And then Chappie has a breakdown in his. He kind of runs the gamut of being 100% behind this and being like, this is a terrible idea. He's schizophrenic in his commitment to this plan. He shows him a scrapbook of dead people, and then. There was one scene where, I was going to be like, well, this movie's a lot less gay than Top Gun. And then Chappie's like, get your butt in my trailer. And it's like, well, there it is.
Oh, he's threatening to molest Doug several times in this movie.
That's what he's saying. Yeah. Get your butt in my bed.
Yeah. That was what it was. So,
hell yeah.
Anyway, then they fly this from, I think, California. They fly F-16s, which I think are supposed to be local strike fighters, all the way across the Atlantic Ocean.
They stopped to refuel at least twice, because the first one, because they've gotten them to think that they're flying to Spain, like why they would be flying 2 F-16s to Spain from California for like literally no reason. Everybody's like, these computers are wacky.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. And then the base tries to contact with them after they're like halfway to fucking Afghanistan, and it's like, just change the radio station. Nobody will know.
Yeah, nobody. NBD. It's only like several millions, if not billions, of hardware just off the grid. NBD. So then they're like, all right, let's get it done. So then they proceed to get it done. They blow up an air base, and they blow up an oil field,
hang on.
and they blow up.
Chappie has made a tape like a fucking Jarrell to Superman with every eventuality that might happen.
So Chappie gets shot down, but then at some point Doug knows to put in the "if I get shot down" tape, and then it will take. It's like when it's like in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when Charlie is giving GPS directions, and it's just a tape. You see a bunch of lights, turn right. It's like, what?
I was thinking of Jamie Kennedy in Scream. Like, okay, so if you get separated over the airfield, this is what you do.
Yeah, some sort of like prescient tape. And what point did he tape this? And how did he know he was going to get shot down? I have so many questions.
Well, the fucking insane thing is, like, they show him recording the tape. None of the shit he says while he's recording on the tape appears...
No,
like later on in the movie, yeah.
So, if anyone would have got shot down, you would have thought it would be this child who just graduated high school. But yet here we are. So he's.
Oh, it's also you forgot to mention that he's too stupid to be in the Air Force Academy. This will become important later.
Yeah, well, he flunked a test because of, I don't know, he wanted to do push-ups or something.
And he found out he flunked on graduation day.
Yeah,
which is a weird time to find out.
Yeah. Usually you find that out way early. I feel like
normally there's
your college entrance and denials are like in the winter, I believe.
Yeah, there'd be an intermediate report
right when school ends.
So anyway, Doug's out here just lighting it up, and then Poirot's like, "Get me my jet." Well, it's like, "Sir, but the tarmac's destroyed." It's like, "You have 10 minutes to fix an entire building." It's like, okay, cool.
His voice the whole time sounded like the tape-recorded voice that Arnold uses in True Lies.
Yeah.
He's trying to seduce Jamie Lee Curtis. Take it off slowly.
Yeah. Now, meanwhile, Doug has gotten on the horn and said he wants his dad driven to the end of this runway with a Jeep by himself so he can just kind of like dip in and pick up and dip out.
It's planned. It's something else. Like
it's everybody's like, we're gonna shoot him. They try and like take him out with like a 22 from the top of the tower. Like the amount of fire, it's wild. This country is insane, but they're just sending it. So we're now in World War III, I guess. We're in an official incident. Been in it for a minute.
Oh yeah, you got big ass problems because like they all have MiGs, which means they are somehow aligned with the Russians, most likely.
Correct.
And yeah, like this is going to be a whole thing.
Yeah, it's going to come back and bite you. So, Doug's out here blowing stuff up, listening to "Give Me Some Lovin'," which come on, bass.
Yeah.
And then he
That's
drops like the hell nightmare bomb, the damnation, whatever the hell it's called.
It's a fucking gas bomb.
The Hades bomb.
Yeah. He puts a Moab down.
Yeah.
This fire causes cars to like jump and like flip over, except there's
it's some kind of fucking Contra level weaponry where it just creates a wall of flame. Like,
I love the general. Just what are you wimps? Go faster, go harder. Go through the fire.
Yeah.
Drive through it. Run through it.
So
because he's like, I'll kill you if you don't. It's like, I'm going to take my chances with you killing me because we're all going to be dead in like 20 minutes.
So Doug's dad gets shot. Doug dips in, slides in, grabs him, dips out. They're running out of fuel. They're running out of bullets. They're running out of missiles. They've got more bogeys on their 6. They do some more sky fighting. They take out the president or the general or the minister of this country. Then they're going to fight some more guys. And nope, there's the good guys. And the good guys are here to do more war and crimes. And then
these guys ask zero questions. This whole fighter wing that's been dispatched. Yeah.
Nope. Hey, buddies, good job. You did it for us. And then they get to Ramstein. air base, and then they make it back to wherever, and Doug's dad's fine. And then you go to a briefing room, and Chappie's here, and Chappie's like, throw the book at him, send him to the Air Force Academy, and then freeze frame, and that's most of the movie.
The fallout
your description makes it sound like you didn't like the movie.
Yeah.
But your words have been consistently pro Iron Eagle.
The fallout from America now being a rogue state in this movie would be incredible. Like,
All I know is Doug Masters' kill count makes him one of the most probably prolific soldiers in U.S. history.
Oh, Doug Masters is a war criminal. Also, like, not touched on. Oil refineries aren't military targets; they are civilian targets. And
also, that oil refinery he hit was a desalination plant.
No, it was a hard water facility.
Yeah, and unless it's Ramadan, people are probably working there, and they're all dead.
Oh, really?
They're all dead.
Yeah. No.
And now gas is $9 a gallon in 1989. Like, Doug has just destabilized the entire Middle East by himself.
There's just stickers of Doug Masterson on the pump saying, "I did that."
I did that. But it's fucking. But they're like, all right, well, we're gonna sweep this under the rug as long as you don't tell nobody. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm pretty sure I texted all of you. Like, the only way this movie works is if you find out that Chappie has some kind of inoperable brain tumor. Everybody in the Air Force acts like they're going out of business tomorrow or something. Like, I don't give a fuck what happens. We're all gonna get fired tomorrow anyway.
Yeah. Movie rules, huh?
Sure do.
Like,
this shit is insane.
The main
and like,
what's the lead actor's name? His name is
Doug.
The character. I'm sorry. The actor's name is like Eric something or other. Jason Gedrick. That's a name. He is not good at acting.
Oh, he's one of the worst we've had, I think.
He's not good at acting.
Yeah.
He might be the worst actor we've ever had on the show.
It's pretty phenomenally.
Unbelievable. There's a part, like, when he gets told that his dad got taken hostage or whatever, he's like, what? You're kidding. Like,
he sells that as much as he found out that, like, he wasn't getting his burger and fries from his girlfriend at the skate burger shop. He's like, no. Huh?
Yeah, he's so fucking bad. And, like, I feel bad for Louis Gossett Jr., who's, like, an actual actor.
He's putting in the work in this movie.
That guy won an Academy Award, not for this. But
yeah, he's trying, and it's got to be weird to be, like, a good actor next to that. And you're like, what the fuck?
Well, that's why he got all the sequels. People are like, I like this Chappie guy. I don't like this Doug Masters.
Also, Chappie's willing to, like, get executed because Doug's dad recognized his rank one time?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I love a man like that. You're a man now. We're men. Everything is manly. Let's go kill, like, a whole lot of Arab civilians. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not addressed in this tribunal scene that lasts, 30 seconds, that it's like, hey, how do you know how to fly one of these things? BT dubs?
Right.
Got a lot of stick time in that simulator.
Yeah. Even a child could operate it. Can I operate it?
Can I fly it? No, yours cannot.
Yeah.
Like, this is, like pornography level acting across the board. Like, it is atrocious.
He might have invented the ox cord, though, because he had the ox in his goddamn 1967 Mustang.
This movie has a lot of the same beats as fucking The Last Starfighter, but that movie's actually, like, fun, and this movie's just fucked up.
Well, I think, like, my biggest problem with the movie is that, like, I think the, like, core of the movie is supposed to be, like, the camaraderie of, like, the Apple Dumpling Gang, and, like, I don't know any of those people. Like, they don't really, like, you got the nerd.
They constantly, there was, like, people that kept getting added to the group that are like, who is this now?
Yeah.
Also, like, once they take off, like, they don't even talk to them. They're out of the movie.
Like, why does Chappie live in Dolph Lundgren's trailer from Kindergarten Cop 2 when he's, like, a retired colonel that's probably making, like, over $100,000 in 1989?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's like they got him confused with, like, Fred Sanford for some reason.
Doug also completely no-sells the fact that he, like, demolishes his Cessna in that plane bike race. He's like, yeah, all right.
Doug is costing taxpayers millions of dollars, and also we're at war with the Chinese now because, like, it's like you
just because Doug Masters is based.
Like, it's just funny to think it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be rooting for this guy that's like gone ape shit and just like literally started a world war. Like, you can, like, there needs to be a sequel. There's 4 sequels to this, but I don't think any of this is addressed. Like, just all the trials that happen, the Few Good Men sequel to this.
I want like the Watchmen level deconstruction of this movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like the sequel to that.
But like, this is another one of those Gogs like describes the movie, but it's like 1,000 times more boring than the way he described it, because it's like it just goes on fucking forever.
I mean, stuff keeps getting exploded, which I like. That scene where those 2 helicopters just come up out of that ridge and then just boom.
But also, like the flight
super
stuff,
cheap.
The flight stuff looks really bad. Like, it's not exciting. Like,
but it's also like. It's the amount of like insane shit for this plot to go. Like, I can kind of get like, okay, we're going to get in the plane and go get your dad, but like, why was his dad just for no reason letting this kid fly these F-16s? Like, you are going to get kicked out of the military, sir.
Right.
Like, this isn't like, you know, you can't just bring your son to work to fly military hardware. I don't think shit works that way, but it's like he's done it multiple times, and like how nobody has noticed like at all, except for that one guy who's kind of like, yeah, whatever, I don't care.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
1986 was a different time.
Clearly.
Alec, what did you think?
I mean, this movie's trash.
Yeah.
It's absolute trash. Just not even taking into account the political ramifications of this film. It's just, it's so boring. Like, it picks up a little bit in the last like 20 minutes, but that's not enough to overtake the first
6
hours. Yeah, it's like, it's crazy. Like, a movie about hotshot Top Gun fighter pilots should not be boring. Like, at least the flying scenes should be fun, but they're not.
Yeah,
not at all.
Yeah,
and there's too many close-ups of them in the cockpits instead of just long shots of the jets doing cool shit.
Well, yeah,
the finger thing.
What I love is that every time they needed to communicate in the cockpit, they took off the mask that lets them communicate in the cockpit, so they can talk to each other without the use of the actual communication devices.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Like, every time they need to chat, they took the thing off. It's going to be like, that's got the microphone.
The whole movie's taking place inside of Doug's mind palace as he's like slowly fading into oblivion, because like how else would any of this happen? So.
Like he died in a crash, like racing the kid.
He died in the race.
Yeah, he died in the Cessna race earlier, and this is just his like.
That's a good movie.
The Jacob's Ladder version.
Yeah,
it would explain a lot.
It makes a lot more sense that way.
All right, well, it's that time. It's 5 Knuckle Shuffle time. Might as well get it out of the way. Gogs.
9.
Jesus, get the fuck out of here.
No, it's a 4. It's a 4.
Jesus.
You didn't like it. You just played it.
No, I was just kind of just leading it on. No, it's not good.
No, it's not.
It's not good. There's fun parts to it, and it's stupid as all hell.
Are there fun parts to the movie, or fun parts like reminiscing about how insane it is? Like,
I think however I'm able to like just sort of grind out some joy from it.
That's a good way to put it. Grind out.
Whether it's just like, that's dumb as hell and chuckle, or whether it's like, ooh, explosions, serotonin. I don't know, but like, no one can act. The computer that just talks to you through that readout, which how are you even reading it and looking at it?
Right.
Like I don't understand logistically, like the fact that this kid, went on a one-man, like he basically like Rambo'd the town, but the town was a sovereign nation, like for dad issues. Wow. And then 5 months later, you got Top Gun. But they came out the same year.
This one got moved up.
Oh, is that what happened?
because they were going to come out like the same time. I'm pretty sure that's what I read on the Wikipedia page.
Oh, that's
imagine going to the theater and being like, "Oh, what are we going to watch? Iron Eagle or Top Gun?"
No, Top
Can you
Gun sold
imagine-
out. We got
You
Iron
think
Eagle.
next year we'll get an Iron Eagle Masters? Like it'll just be the fucking like the Maverick.
That would be the fun Asylum one if they like.
Oh gosh, the Masters movie. Dude, this is the GoBots to Top Gun's Transformers.
Except GoBots was fun.
Yeah, like GoBots
that's
did
true.
stuff.
Yeah, that's Iron Eagle, Louis Gossett Jr. right out the gate. It's not good, Sean.
It's a 1 because it had the song in it.
Nice.
But beyond that, this movie's like jerking off on coke. It's just like you're just like frantically hoping something happens and it lasts forever, and by the end nobody comes and like your dick's all ripped up. Like there's nothing to enjoy about this at all. Like, and it's funny because if you would have asked me, a week ago, I'm like, oh yeah, that movie's fun. I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid. But as we've learned, rather fucking badly on this show, like nothing you liked when you were a child is any good.
Can't go home again.
No, not at all. This movie, like, again, the political ramifications are insane. The fucking suspension of disbelief, like, I just can't. Like, and I'm not like one of those like, oh, this has to be realistic because the movies I like. But it's just like the reality in its own world because it's based like in our normal world. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to suggest that this is some kind of hyper reality where shit like this could possibly happen. But it's just, and like Jason Get Dick is like the fucking just dirt worst. Like, I guess we're gonna race now. I'm gonna go to the military academy now. Hey, there's my little brother. Bye for the rest of the movie. Don't know why you're
his little
here.
brother was like macking on like much older chicks.
That
And that was just
shit
like
was
a dropped
hilarious.
plot line.
They didn't do anything else with it. Yeah.
No, this movie sucks. Like, goddamn. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how this made enough money to spin off 3 other movies, but there you go. Like, it's just, I got nothing to say about this, man. Like,
I wonder how much of the dog fighting in the other movies is just recycled footage from this one, which is already recycled footage from something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000%. It's like the fucking which Star Wars or Star Trek movie was it where they recycled the warbird getting blown up from the previous movie? Like, it's all just that. Like, it's like, oh, we already paid for it once. I ain't doing it again. Plane's a plane. Alec.
It's a 1. Same thing Sean said. It gets a 1 point bump because it had "Give Me Some Lovin'." That song slaps no matter what shitty movie it's in.
Hell yeah.
Facts.
More about that later when I share our lineup of movies for the next year.
Oh boy,
this movie fucking sucks, man. Nobody's good in it. Like, Louis Gossett Jr. is not good. I mean, he's the best part of it, and he's still fucking like insane. Like, his acting is good. His methods of being a leader and a mentor are horrendous at best. I got a little fired up at the end when I was like, I thought like they blew up the oil refinery to prove their point and pretend that they had like a fleet of MiGs or whatever. I was like, this motherfucker is going to fly all over this country bombing. He's going to rain hell on this whole country until they release his dad.
The rivers will run red with blood.
As I was waiting for like the minister of him to say something like to the minister of defense of like, you will look up and beg for me to stop as I destroy your country. But that would have made too much sense, and that would have been too much fun. But yeah, this movie is trash, and I'm sure I saw it at some point on TV, but I'm glad I never like tried to rewatch it because I just would have been mad and disappointed.
It made money.
A little bit. It made like $6 million. That probably didn't cover its marketing budget.
So wait, I'm just looking at the Wikipedia. It says the basis of the story relates to real life attacks by the United States against Libya over the Gulf of Sidra, in particular the 1981 Gulf of Sidra incident. So this is a true story about a boy who saved his dad.
And then later Hillary Clinton would brag about Muammar Gaddafi getting blown up by a remote-controlled missile that cost more than, like, all of our houses.
Right.
And that boy grew up to be Louis Gossett Jr.
Junior.
TJ.
It's like a 1 for me, dog. It's so far. Like, I checked out. Like, I had such a hard time paying any kind of attention to this movie. Like, I was so fucking bored, and
well, let me ask the three of us that gave it a 1. Is it like so bad it doesn't even get to be a 0? Because you know what I mean? Like it's like it's not interesting enough.
Earned the right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like, and it's like it's like a canon movie without any of the fun. Like, there's no like, it's not like goofy. It's not like the effects are bad, but they're not like hilariously bad. Like, it's just boring and flat, and like the plot is fucking ludicrous. But like, it's not. I mean, it's funny to talk about after the fact, but like while you're watching it, it's not all that great. I don't know. Like, it's strange as fuck to me that this turned into a franchise. Like, after watching this, I'm like, how did they make sequels to it? Like,
dude,
who is
Sonny
like,
Chiba's in the third one?
And I think the third one is also like the cover, at least on Amazon, is just Louis Gossett Jr., a jet plane, and some hot chick. And it's like, what the fuck? Wait, isn't the third one like a World War II movie? One of them is like a World War II movie.
Yeah, it's like a fucking Space Truckers or whatever, where it's like getting all the old guys together movie.
One of them is called Aces, so it's probably whatever one is Aces.
Yeah.
Well, Sonny Chiba is probably like a Japanese pilot or something.
Or maybe he's this Wolfman detective.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, here's the plot.
What a great movie.
Chappie and his friends do a World War II aircraft exhibition show where they stage dogfights, shooting at each other, and they hear that an old friend, Ramon Morales, was killed over the Gulf of Mexico, and then Chappie summoned to an Air Force base in Brownsville, Texas, where the remains of blah, 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 surviving fire members. They find out the dude was smuggling cocaine, and now they go to war. It's basically, what is it, Clear and Present Danger? But it's also space cowboys, because now all these old men are going to go attack the Colombians.
Oh, my God.
Yikes.
Oh, no. There's former Nazis that are part of the drug cartel.
Of course so.
Well, it is South America. That tracks. Yeah.
Shit, I should have picked Iron Eagle 3. I knew I should have picked Iron Eagle.
Well,
classic boner.
Alan,
what do we got on deck? I'm excited to hear about this.
Me too.
All right.
I'm excited for you to hear about it.
Yeah.
I was working on it the other day as we were driving home from Pennsylvania.
It's right while you're driving. I like it. Go ahead.
Hold on a second.
Do you have the whole year?
The whole fiscal year.
Okay.
So this coming August will be Heist, all heist movies.
Ooh, I like that.
September will be Gimme September Lovin', all movies that give me some lovin' in it.
Love it.
October will be Diwaliwood, all Bollywood movies, because Diwali falls in October.
God.
Wow.
I don't know.
Does it have to be actually technically Bollywood, or can I pick like Indian Star Wars?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, sweet.
November is Thanksgiving, all prison movies. December is Happy E Honda Days, all video game movies.
Oh, that's a good one.
January is Dance Dance Resolution with dancing movies or dance movies.
Dance Resolution.
February is Palentine's Day with all buddy cop films.
Oh.
This is my least favorite one, and I don't know. Somebody can figure out something better for March. St. Wactrix Day, all bad Irish movies.
I love that.
No, yeah. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I love it.
April is WWE Easter, obviously.
Of course.
May is Emilio Estevez. And then next June we can do another gay month for Pride.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Wow.
So what's the movie next week? What are we watching next week?
Can we watch Enemy Mine? I'll just burn my pick off.
Yes, we can watch Enemy
I
Mine.
haven't watched that in a very long time.
I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid.
Is that what he won? What did he win the? Officer and Gentleman.
Officer and Gentleman.
Yeah, he won it for Enemy Mine.
I don't know. Enemy Mine was a good movie if I remember correctly.
He won it for this.
God, he deserved it.
All right, everybody, that's the show.
All right.
Next week, Enemy Mine. If you're not listening, go ahead.
Richard Matheson or Rod Serling or somebody like cool actually wrote the story for that. I can't remember.
Oh no,
it might be
shit.
Matheson. Yeah.
Richard Matheson wrote a bunch of screenplays, huh?
Hell yeah.
That guy rules. Anyway, follow us on Spotify, Movie the Podcast on Spotify. Follow Sean's asshole wherever you find it.
Everywhere.
OnlyFans coming soon. So yeah.
All right.
Follow us on YouTube too. We're slowly getting a little bit of a YouTube following. So follow us everywhere. Maybe one day I'll put some effort in uploads. Maybe.
No. Smack some effort.
Yeah, right. All right, everybody. See you later. Eat your own ass. Bye-bye.
Bye, boys.
Bye.